Hey, this is Pat, and today we're checking out the all-new Alpinestars Moflow Air Tech Hoodie. Now, the Moflow is unapologetically sporty in how it looks for a hoodie. Most hoodies out there are something that blend in, kind of look like an everyday hoodie that you just happen to have motorcycle protection in. Not with the Moflow. The Moflow very much so looks like a sporty kind of street urban wear from Alpinestars, and that was their intention. That's what a lot of the Mo line that they actually have out there is designed to look like. It doesn't usually do well in the US, but this one is going to be the exception. And the main reason is it is a full chassis of polyester mesh designed for hot weather riding. All the mesh is going to allow all that airflow to go through to the rider, cool you off, and have all the hot air exhaust out of the back. So really cool design, really cool look. Again, I dig it. I think it's something that looks very different from what else we see out on the market. It's got external pockets for the actual armor itself. It is a full mesh construction, including the hood, bits of stretch throughout. And again, I think it looks pretty dope. Hats off to Alpinestars just for going in a slightly different direction than what the rest of the market does. But before I get too long-winded on the features, let's talk about the fit. I have Norman on my left. He's 6'3", 220 pounds with a 44-inch chest measurement, currently wearing the extra large, which gives him a little bit of space within the chest. He can add a back protector if he wants, still has all that nice relaxed fitment to it. Large would have been just a little too tight on him, but if you are looking for a more aggressive fit, you can go that route. But if you are looking at the size chart, Norman falls just outside of the extra large. That goes up to about a 43.7-inch chest, but extra large usually fits him spot on. So if you are between sizes like Norman here, going down is going to give you the best fit. And if you really want an even sportier cut, you can go down even further from there if you really want something, because the stretch is going to allow it to expand a little bit more and give you an aggressive look there. But comes in at $250, small through 4 extra large are the sizes. Comes in 3 different colorways. This is the gray version. There's also a different version of gray, as well as a blacked out version. Just keep in mind, if you are going with the blacked out version and you're wearing a white shirt underneath, you're going to see it. You can actually kind of see that he is wearing a black shirt underneath here. It does show through, so just keep that in mind. With all the mesh, it's going to be doing that. Well, let's start up at top, work our way down. We can kind of get through all the features. Again, I mentioned it's a polyester mesh main construction throughout. That's going to have some stretch areas, which I'll point out when we see them, but it's all going to be this polyester mesh throughout. Even the hood is non-removable, made completely of that polyester mesh. I like what they did with the cinch cords. They actually tacked them down into the sewn areas of the collar. They tacked it down so it's not going to flap around, but you can adjust it, pull in the hood. The hood does have a snap at the back, which we'll see in just a couple minutes, so you can keep that from flapping around at higher speeds. Overall, the chassis does have a CE level A rating. It's a bit lightweight for what we typically look for, but good for around town, lower speeds, things like that. If you want something with a little bit more protection, check out a CE AA jacket. They got a few in the line that you can check out. Coming down the shoulder, you do have an external access pocket right here that goes straight to the shoulder armor. So if you want to pop out the shoulder and elbow armor, you don't have to take off the jacket. But underneath there is going to be the Nucleon Flex Plus armor. That's going to sit at the chest. It's very soft, very malleable CE level 1 armor that is included at the shoulder as well as the elbow. Coming down the sleeve, you're going to see full stretch on the inside of the sleeve, as well as that polyester mesh running down the exterior. One thing, I'm just going to kind of give you an awkward twist there. This is the panel that the elbow armor sits in. Again, it has a zipper so you can remove the armor if you want, but that is a full stretch chassis on the outside, so it's going to bend really nicely if you're in more of an aggressive tuck position and you want that maneuverability. That's going to offer it. Coming down to the cuffs, you do have a thumb loop at the cuff that you can actually see. Hold up both of your hands right next to each other. You can actually, we have them using one and not using the other, but it does have a thumb loop that you can push through on there. It's going to hold the jacket in the right position, give you the ability to put your gloves over, or if you don't want to, you can just go ahead and put it up as a normal jacket would. You can put your arms down. Coming down the chest, full polyester mesh. You get a little bit of Alpinestars styling and stitched logos over on the left-hand chest, but just full mesh chassis with the zipper going down. 2 hand warmer pockets with zipper closures on each side. And again, plenty of space in this jacket that he has in there if he wants to add that back protector. That's going to suck up some of that space too. Go ahead and turn to the side for me. Hit that riding position. This is that stretch I was talking about. It comes from the inner sleeve, matches up at the armpit, and then all the way down the sides to a nice little stretch hem down at the waist. There's no cinch cord or any adjustment or anything like that, so the sizing that you get out of the box is going to be the sizing it has for most of its life. It's not going to break in, so just keep that in mind. But that is full stretch down the side. It's not a very prone area for an accident, so I like that they're using stretch there. Just make it a little bit more comfortable. You can turn to the back for me. At the back, you can get a good glimpse of that full mesh hoodie. And I mentioned you do have the snap at the top. I'll go ahead and undo that. You can see just to hold it down for a higher speed so it's not flapping in the wind like a sail. One thing I'd love to see Alpinestars in the next iteration maybe, just moving the snap a little bit farther down just to hold more of the hood in place. But you can see Alpinestars and foam over that stretch logoing and everything at the back at the upper spine, and the outline for the back protector pocket. Back protector is not included. Make sure you're adding one into your cart or adding it into your jacket if you already have one. You're going to want to make sure that you're adding that protection in there. But this is what I'm talking about when I say unapologetically sporty and tech. Usually with most designs, you would see these seams hidden. You wouldn't really want something that's showing it off, but Alpinestars has given it a try, and I think they did pretty well at designing it to overall look. Even down here on the sides, you can see this is actually just one of the belt loops on the inside, so you can connect it to, say, your riding pants if you want to, but you can see, you just see the sewn area through the exterior of the jacket. I think it works very well. I think they did a great job with their logoing as well as the exposed seams, but just keep that in mind if you're looking for something that's more blended in. We have plenty of other hoodie options, especially from Alpinestars, out there on the site you can check out. All polyester mesh running down the side, and like I said, I pointed out on the sides, you do have that stretch hem at the back. You can go ahead and spin around for me and just open that up. Let's show them the interior of this one. The interior is exactly what you expect when you're looking at the outside. It's just going to be mesh. You'll have a couple stash pockets. One thing I want to call out, because it's very well hidden, you actually have a waterproof stash pocket on the inside of that pocket. You can just see the zipper over on the left. If you get caught in, say, a downpour or just a quick light drizzle that you didn't expect, you can throw your phone in there. It's just going to be protected as you get to, say, an overpass or just get home from the ride. You can go ahead and zip that up for me. But there you have the Moflow Air Tech. I always want to say Tech Air, but it is Air Tech within their lineup. It's going to be something for two-season riding that I think flows probably the most amount of air that we've seen from Alpinestars out there, with a pretty stylish look. Again, in this gray, I think it looks pretty awesome. But if you have any other questions, click that info button. That's going to take you to the product page where you can read other rider reviews and see what other riders are saying about the new Moflow. But if you still have further questions, maybe about sizing, or just trying to nail down exactly which one is right for you, give our customer service agents a call. They're all riders, happy to help you get set up for your next ride. I want to thank you for joining Norman and I and checking out the Alpinestars Moflow Air Tech Hoodie. I'm Pat, and I'll see you in the next video.